Let's get started with question 994, rotting oranges. In a given grid, each cell can have one of three values, the value 0 representing an empty cell, the value 1 representing a fresh orange, and the value 2 representing a rotten orange. Every minute of any fresh orange that is adjacent, that is 4 directionally adjacent, to a rotten orange becomes rotten. Return the minimum number of minutes that must elapse until no cell has a fresh orange. If this is impossible, return -1 instead. So, if there is at least one fresh orange remaining in the grid, then you have to return -1, else you have to return the time taken for all the oranges in the cell to get rotten. So let's get started right in with the question. So I guess you must have seen the examples while doing the problem. So let's take this one. This is a separate example. So we have this rotten orange here and this rotten orange here. So we need to find the minimum time which takes for every orange in the cell to become rotten. So what we are going to do here is apply breadth first search. So if you have no idea about BFS, then make sure to check out the link in description. So breadth first search is basically we will be visiting the nearest neighbors to this rotten orange and then its neighbors and then its neighbors. So we won't be going in depth like yesterday's problem that was making a network connected. We will be using breadth first search BFS instead to access the neighbors of this rotten orange. So let's dive right into the problem. For BFS, we will be using queue data structure, and if you are not familiar with it, make sure to check out the link in description. Queue is a first in first out data structure where we insert at the beginning and pop out or remove from the end of the list. So first of all, what we are going to do is check out the rotten oranges first and insert it in the queue. So, and also check the number of fresh oranges if there are any fresh oranges, because if we check the entire grid and there is no fresh orange and only rotten orange is present, then we will return 0. That is, if every orange in the cell is already rotten, then it won't take any time for the oranges to become rotten. So we have 5 fresh oranges. So we will store this in a variable as we iterate. Fresh is equals to 5. Let's just keep it with us separately. And as we iterate through the cell, as we get to a rotten orange, we will insert the coordinates of that orange into the queue. So the queue here, this would be first coordinate would be 0, 0, this, and the second value in the queue would be this. So this is 2, 2 because we follow 0 indexing. 2, 2. So this is the queue and we have inserted the rotten oranges in the queue. Now this is the front of the queue and this is the back of the queue. So when we insert new elements, we will insert from here, and we remove elements, we will remove from here in the beginning. So first of all, we check if fresh is equal to 0, fresh is not equal to 0, so there are fresh oranges. So we have to apply BFS in this grid. So while our queue is not empty, we will apply BFS. So how? Let's see. First of all, we check this orange. So we take this value and remove it from the queue and store it in a separate variable. So this value is removed from the queue and we store it here in a separate variable. This here is the 0, 0 and we are storing it in a variable. So let I be the x coordinate, that is 0, and j be the y coordinate, that is also 0. So here we have 0, 0. Now we check the neighbors of the rotten orange. So as we have to check the adjacent neighbors, that is either horizontally or vertically, not diagonally. So this is one of the neighbor and this is one of the neighbor. So if you remember, the grid was initially consisting of numbers 0, 1 and 2. So let's also mark them here. For example, this will be 0 here, this will also be 0, this will be equal to 2 because this orange was rotten, this here was also 2, this 1, 1, 1, 1 and 1. So this was the grid we were given. So as we detected 2 here, we inserted this rotten oranges in the queue. Now we pop out the first element of the queue. So we have 0, 0 and initially we are here. So we will apply BFS on this now. So how? Let's see. First we will check if I is I minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0. So what we are actually checking, if we even have a cell above this cell. So if we are on the boundary, we don't have a cell, like here we don't have a cell above the cell, so we won't do anything. Do we have a cell behind this cell? That is j minus 1 is greater than or equal to 0? No, we don't have. So j minus 1 would be equal to minus 1. So we don't have a cell behind, so we also ignore this. Now we check if there is a cell in the bottom of the cell. So yes, we do have a cell, and is the value in the cell equal to 1? So if the value in the cell is equal to 1, that means it's not rotten, it's a fresh orange. So we have to make it rotten. So that's why we will update this value first. Now what will be this value? This value will be equal to 1 plus the value of parent. Now what is the value of parent? 2. So what we are actually storing is, I will tell you in a few minutes, but for now we will just store 1 plus the value of parent, because we are going to child from a parent. The value will be incremented. There will be an increase in the levels of BFS. Like if you apply BFS in a tree or a graph, you know that there are levels. That root node, the starting node is at level 0, then its neighbors are at level 1, then the neighbors are at level 2. Similarly, this level here will be 1 plus the level of the parent. So we will update this value here by 2 plus 1, that is 3. So this will become 3, and also we will do similar for this, as we have not reached the border. So this cell is existing and the value is also equal to 1, that is, it's a fresh orange. So we update this. So first of all we remove this. Yeah, we remove this and then we update the value, that is 3. So here we have the updated values in the BFS. So now as we update the values, we also push them into BFS. So we will push this and this in the order. So the Q will be updated as this coordinate here was 0, 1. So we will write 0, 1. This coordinate here was 1, 0. So we will insert 1, 0. Okay. So now we have these values in the queue, and so we exit. Now SQ is currently not empty, so we move on to the next element. Now we are on 2, 2. So I will be equal to 2 and j will be equal to 2 also. So we update I and j. So we do similar things here. As I plus 1 is beyond this cell, we won't do anything to it. J plus 1 is also beyond this cell, so we won't do anything. Now I minus 1 is equal to 0, that is an empty cell. So we don't have to do anything with an empty cell because there is no fresh orange cell. So we will also ignore this cell, and this is the only cell we will be working with. So we will update this value as 1 plus the value of parent. So the value here would be 1 plus 2, that is equal to 3. So the value would be 3 here. Now we will also add this coordinate into our queue. And yeah, we actually forgot to do one thing. What? Pop the current element, that is the frontmost element we have to pop first. So we'll pop it out when we take 2, 2. and then we will search for the grid for BFS, and then we will push in the element. So this here would be 2, 1. So we add 2, 1 here. Okay, so our queue is like this now. So then we take the next element from the queue. So we take it this 0, 1. So we are taking 0, 1. So here is 0 and 1. So I is 0 and j is 1. Yeah. So where we are on this element. Now, as seen before, we only have to see fresh oranges. So this here is a rotten orange. So we won't check it. We will only check the cells where grid I, j is equal to 1. That is, there is fresh orange only, not previously traversed oranges also. So we will go to this and this grid here. So we will update the values respectively as, well, you can guess it. The values here would be 3 plus 1, that is equal to 4, and 3 plus 1 here is equal to 4. So the values here are updated, and we simultaneously also push these values in the queue. So the queue would be this coordinate here, which is 0, 2, and this coordinate here, which will be 1, 1. Excellent. Now we move on to the next element. Now this moving on to the next element, there's an interesting thing. Then when we move to 1, 0, that is this element here, we see that there is no fresh orange remaining in the cell. So we do nothing. We move on to the next element, that is 2, 1. We see that on 2, 1, that is this, there is no fresh orange around this element. So we also pop it out. Then moving on to next element, then 0, 2. So 0, 2 is this here. There is no fresh orange. We also pop it out. And then on to the next last element, 1, 1. There is also no fresh orange, so we also pop it out. So our queue is now empty. So we will come out of the loop, that is, we will come out of the BFS. Our breadth first search is over. These are the updated values for the oranges. Now we will store the maximum of these values, that is, as you can see here, that is equal to 4. So 4 is the maximum value among them. So first of all, if there were no fresh oranges, only rotten oranges, what was the time taken? Well, you guessed it right, the time taken was 0 here. So if the elapsed time for this orange, which was initially rotten with value 2, is 0, then what is the time elapsed for this orange with value 4? Well, you guessed it right. If the answer is 4 minus 2, that's 2. So here it would be 2 minus 2, that is 0 minutes, 3 minus 2, that is 1 minute, and 4 minus 2, that is 2 minutes. So initially at minute 0, only these two oranges were rotten. At minute 1, this and this oranges got rotten, and at minute 2, this and this oranges got rotten. So in total, we will store the maximum of this value, and that maximum minus 2 will be our answer. That is the number of the minutes. So that's it. And if there were any fresh oranges remaining in this grid, for example, I will just be drawing a rough grid here, but you can see this for yourself by trying this yourselves. So for example, there was a fresh orange here. So as these cells are 0, that is empty cells, so there is no way any rotten orange is present here. So no way to rot this fresh orange. So the answer would be minus 1. That is, there is still one fresh orange remaining in the grid. So that's it with the BFS part. Let's code this approach. First of all, sizes of the grids. Second, a variable fresh, which will store the number of fresh oranges. Then a queue with pair. This pair stores a key and value. So this is a data structure common in C++, so you can check it out. Then this here is the for loop that will traverse the grid, and if we detect any value 2 here, that means the orange is rotten, so we push it to the queue in the form of a pair. You remember this pair here? So this pair's first part will store the index I and the second part will store the index j. So we are storing I comma j here in form of a pair. And else if the value was 1, so there is a fresh orange, so we increment the counter for fresh oranges. So now we have fresh number of fresh oranges, and if this number equal to 0, that is there are no fresh oranges, so it will take no time for every orange to get rotten in the cell because the oranges are already rotten, so the answer would be 0. Now for this level, we'll store that maximum value we were talking about here. This level here will initially store this value 2, and further as we increment in the BFS, that is breadth first search, we will store these values 2, 3, 4, and this level variable will store this maximum value 4. So this fresh plus equal to q dot size. Now why are we incrementing the size of the q to the fresh? Well, first we inserted two already rotten oranges inside the queue. So as we are iterating through the BFS, the number of elements we go through, we will subtract those numbers from the variable fresh. Why are we doing it? Because we want to know how many fresh oranges got rotten. So just to balance number, you have to sum the number of elements in the queue present already inside the queue to the variable fresh. So if at last the value of fresh becomes 0, that is there is no fresh orange in the cell, so the answer would be the level -2, else the answer would be -1. That is, there is at least one fresh orange present in the cells. So the while q.empty is false, that is till q is not empty, we continue with the BFS. So you must already be familiar with the BFS part, but check out the GitHub link to get access to this code and see for yourself how this BFS is working. And rest, for the last, we return the value if fresh is not equal to 0. So if fresh is not 0, so there are still fresh oranges in the cell, so we return -1, else we return level -2. As I had previously, the answer to the minutes is the level -2. That is the value here, -2 is the number of minutes elapsed. So that's it for this question. Hope you understand this approach, and I recommend you to go through the code once, and it has got comments in it, so it will help you in understanding this code better. And that's it. Thank you.